Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and this is my channel, ChrisP44S, and today I'm going to be playing a game called Crimson Tactics, Rise of the White Banner. It is a tactics-based RPG, believe it or not. It is very closely in resemblance to Final Fantasy Tactics, believe it or not. Closely, but not a dot-for-dot clone. But it is similar in some ways. But it is a tactics-based game that came out about a week ago on Steam at the time of recording, and is about $30 US right now. I am enjoying it so far. I do like it. That's why I decided to make a video about it. So I'm not gonna bash the game. I am gonna talk about some things I like, some things I don't like. I'm gonna show off some gameplay. I'm gonna talk about some of the different systems in the game. So with that being said, I'm just going to touch on a couple things first, and then I'm going to jump into a battle, because there is a lot to talk about with this game, but I'm going to try to keep it brief, do some combat, and then come back and talk about some of the different systems a little more in depth, just so people who don't want to hear me just ramble on, because if I just sit here and ramble on, I'm just going to sit here at this main screen and ramble on. But I decided why don't I just play some and kind of talk about the game as I'm playing, as things are happening. So kind of go into combat, fight, come back out, do some party stuff, do some shop stuff, potentially do some crafting stuff, and kind of talk about the game that way. That seems like it would be much more interesting to people. But yeah, just if you want to know the story, it's basically political unrest with warring factions. The White Banner, which is the name that's talked about in the title of the game. The White Banner is actually the rebellion faction that your character is a part of. Some things that I kind of like, just a brief mention, in the beginning of the game, this is your main character. You actually choose their first name, and then their last name is just stapled on. I'm assuming it's Frink for everybody, but maybe it's randomly generated. That'd be kind of nice, because I think Frink is kind of a weird name for your main hero or whatever. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal. The one thing that is nice that they kind of did in the beginning of the game is every character has an affinity. My affinity is lightning. My affinity was chosen by my birth month, so I thought that was kind of neat. There is a little cheat code for this. If you go into Archive, Guide, Party, and go to Birth Month, the birth month you choose, it doesn't say what months are what in here, but it will tell you when you choose your birth month, what title it falls under. So mine fell under Light Roar, which I found out later is Lightning. But if you find a month that is Stormwind, you will have all the affinities, similar to a mage class, where you can learn all of the affinities. So water, lightning, ice, holy, fire, earth, dark, and wind. You can learn all of those from by having any class in the game. The class that I have right now is the Knight. I'm just going to show you some of the classes right now. We have Knight, Priest, Mage, Warrior, Ranger, Duelist. Duelist is pretty sweet. Rogue, and then I've actually just also unlocked Berserker, and I'm to the point where there are Necromancers, but I haven't found one of the class marks required to change one of my characters. So anytime you change class, this is kind of stupid, I think, but you have to get a class mark. Basically, the way you get class marks is by killing somebody of that class, and if they drop loot, they will drop their class mark. But these are some of the classes that you can see in the game. These ones are all questioned out. I'm assuming one of them is a Dragon Knight because I have a Dragon Knight in my team right now, which is kind of neat. There are dragons in the game, there are skeletons in the game, and there are regular human people in the game, as far as I know right now. Well, when I say skeletons, I mean undead. So there's skeletons, wraiths, some zombie type people and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at. Like I said, it's very similar to Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm going to jump into the combat where I am right now. And this isn't always the case, but like where I am in this story is I'm actually in a dungeon, like a quote unquote dungeon, even though I think I'm in a forest. But basically, you like jump from tile to tile in said dungeon. This one's been very long, but right now we are fighting like undead, and we're fighting like necromancers and undead, and we're going down this path. There's actually a really really cool cutscene to this Bloombear Temple ruins, but I didn't have a save before it, because I thought it was a cool little cutscene before the fight. But let's just jump into the Bloombear Forest, and we're gonna see what's happening. The White Banner, the infamous rebellion in Swatsatsa. Blah, 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 blah. White Banner. Let's go. Those things say the same thing like every single time, so I wasn't trying to like not watch it. Leech your Frink. We mean you no harm. We're simply in pursuit of the creature that is wreaking havoc. This is our home. So we found out in the last tile that there's like kind of like an all-powerful zombie who is the monster wreaking havoc right now. These are necromancers. This is our home. What happens here needs not concern you. Prepare to die. Okay. Conflict arises. Sometimes when the conflict arises, it's basically saying get ready for battle. But there are always different objectives here. So this is vanquish the enemy. Sometimes there's like a main character or something that you just have to defeat. So this is weird because there's two necromancers and two undead right now, but it's telling me I can put 10 people. Or no, they're saying it's a limit of 6. The last one was 10. Alright, so here are some of my characters over here. I also think I think the actual like animation and stuff in this game is pretty cool. I think it's pretty nice. Where it's like they definitely put some time and effort into a lot of the maps and put some time and effort into. So I'm just going to click everybody out. These are story characters that can't be removed. I think the story characters not being able to remove it is kind of annoying, especially right now when like for this battle half of my story characters are half of my team. Like I don't know. It would just be nice. I'm going to move everybody over here, too. It's kind of hard to see with those trees. I also wish, like, when you were... Like, I see how, like, the stuff kind of disappears. But it'd be really nice. You can go all the way up and can do, like, a straight-down view if you click down on your mouse wheel. So priests are really good against undead. And I'm going to bring in, I think, my Luther Savage is my warrior character. Honestly, he's like really, really good. And then I have a duelist as well, Pauline. So I'm going to bring in those characters. I'm not going to lie, I haven't been super impressed with mages so far. We are going to come back down to the normal like kind of 3D view instead of top down. Alright, so now I'm playing here with Blas Selberg, my duelist, who's right over here. The duelist is pretty cool because the duelist actually has a lance and a gun or a crossbow. The one thing is, I think these necromancers might stay back there. So I'm just going to shoot this guy with a crossbow. The things that happen in this game with your characters is you actually have HP, obviously. You have MP and then TP. And TP is like tactical points or something. But basically every round that goes by, your MP and TP go up. I think your TP, as long as you attack or do something, your TP will go up. But typically in the beginning, you don't really have, unless you're a mage, you don't really have enough MP to do anything, and then also you won't have TP. You won't have like the tactical points to use any of your abilities. So the thing that's kind of cool with the priests against the undead is you can actually heal the undead. You can use mend, which is basically heal, and it basically kills them. It's pretty cool. I always like that, like, feature in a game. Whereas, like, if you heal, like, an undead or something, like, they actually just die. Alright, I'm glad these necromancers are moving up. I was worried that they were just going to sit back. So this is my Dragon Knight, Sir Emmerich. It's really hard to see with these trees. I wish they would have made it so, like, if you would swivel, like, these two, like, if there's trees or buildings, they would just become transparent, like on these two planes. Same thing here, you know, like as you switched around. At least in this instance. In a lot of instances, it's not really that bad. So I'm going to move over here. My Dragon Knight actually has a lance, and it can do 2 tiles of damage. And this is Pauline, my other duelist. I forgot, actually, like my Blas Solberg, I actually switched classes to a duelist. Originally, he was a ranger, which is just a class like with bows. And I think we're just going to use my firearm here. Pauline's pretty strong. All these characters are actually pretty strong now. But Luther Savage is the strongest. So Luther Savage actually has like a 2-handed axe. And it actually does, like if I click in this direction, he swings the axe and hits 3 rows in front of him. Luther Savage also has some really, really cool, this fight's actually probably going to be pretty lame. Has some really, really cool abilities that I was hoping to show off, but they're like passive or kind of like triggered abilities. So kind of like the way it works, how I was talking about MP and TP, is you have abilities that use TP and then you have magic that uses MP. I don't even have any magic spells. So I'm actually going to use magic suppression on him, and then I believe he might not be able to, if I silence him, he might not be able to summon, which is pretty much all necromancers can do. But we will see. We will see. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I do have Bash. Bash is like one of my favorite things to do in this game. Oh, even though I missed right there. We'll see if he can actually summon another ghoul. No, he didn't. He just threw a rock. Bash is one of my favorite things to do because in some other levels there's like cliffs and bridges and stuff, and you can bash people off the bridges. It's actually pretty hilarious. Sadly, I could not do it though. So because I have the priest, I don't really have to heal anybody, so I'm just gonna heal the skeleton and damage him for 100. Seems pretty good. I'm gonna come here, and like in a lot of these tactics games, like backstabs are the strongest. I actually have an ability with the warrior though, has a passive ability where basically like no matter if you're to the front or side, he'll always do damage. You always do greater damage from the back, and that skill always lets him do however much damage he would do from the back. And back shots, you know what I mean? So we just critted that guy. We're gonna come over here and then just shoot down this guy with the crossbow. I could just axe. I could just use my axe though. That's the nice thing about the duelist, they get that melee, and that was honestly a pretty mediocre. That was a pretty mediocre battle. So I might do another one. Just because I was kind of like hoping to see more of, so I could show off more of like the triggered skills and stuff. So the loot we obtained is just the Empress. Kind of sad. I actually should have tried to kill the necromancers first and then let them decompose and try to loot them. So, because similar to like Final Fantasy Tactics, like your person can, like if they get killed, they'll sit there for 2 or 3 turns and then you can revive them. But if 2 or 3 turns go, if 3 turns go by, they decay. And same thing in this one. When enemies decay, they turn into like a loot bag, or they turn into one of these tarot cards. Tarot cards are basically like elixirs for your for your like stats, and they basically buff your stats up. Yeah, so I wish I could see how many I have here. We're just gonna go ahead and do. Oh, there's only one more. I might just do the last one, to be honest. The video might be long, but it will give you a good idea of some different scenarios. Yeah, so look here, there's cliffs and stuff. Nova comment, intruders, this is as far as you'll get. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, the one cutscene that I skipped, like one of the, we actually had like a guest story character, kind of like Sir Emmerich. So like Leecher and Blaze or Blaz, they are, they're like just main story characters. They're not guests. Sir Emmerich is actually a guest right now. But we had another guest, a necromancer, who was going through this dungeon with us, and he got axed in the back by a zombie. It was actually pretty sweet. So here's a guy on a horse. That'll give me a good chance to talk about horses. So I'm gonna put my one duelist over here to try to kill this guy, and then hopefully everyone else will funnel into here, and I'll be able to chop him down with Luther Savage. Luther Salvage. Alright. It is nice that there is a horse here, or a mount. So I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, you can get horses or dragons. You can buy horses from the stables in the game. But basically what happens when you equip a mount to your character is, say you have a battle with 6 people. Basically, your character who's mounted takes up 2 of those slots. So basically, like, the horse and the person both count for a point in that system. And so basically, you lose another character just bringing a horse in. And honestly, with the horse, they're kind of shit, to be honest, because they don't even move as far as people do. You can't equip, the only weapon that, like, when you equip a mount, it'll take off your primary weapon, and the only weapon you can actually have is a lance. So, and because lances you can do like a 360, so like it makes sense, but I don't know, they're just kind of shitty, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna move around back here, but like I said, and they don't even move as far. Like, there should be some like really big perk to being able to have a horse, even though I know horses are kind of shit, but like they don't breathe fire or anything, you know what I mean? But they don't, like with a horse, you should be able to move, attack, and then, like, you should be able to move and attack and then move and attack if you want, like, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should get double strike or something, because your character actually isn't moving. Like, the horse you know what I mean? The horse should be able to move twice, and you should be able to attack twice, or something, like, you know, just something better than nothing. And you'll see what I'm saying when this guy comes through, because he ain't gonna be doing nothing. Alright, so we're gonna have this guy come up here. He has a lance, so he should be able to attack down here. One of the abilities that Luther Salvage has as a warrior is, when I attack, like, if I attack somebody who's in Luther's range, he'll attack him again. Okay, well, he won't here because I'm just gonna kill him, apparently. If I attack here, or let me see if I move here. Okay, so he'll be left with 44, because I was attacking down, like, the elevation gives me a higher damage. So I'm going to attack here, and then Luther's ability should trigger, the flank ability. And so he just cripples him down. And honestly, like, the two-handed axe is so strong. And because the axe can hit 3 tiles, it's so good. And that was actually a ranger skill that Blaze just did. So Blaze has a skill, I can go under condition and show you, called, is it that, or is it's quick draw? So these are triggered abilities, these blue ones. These are activated abilities that you choose to activate, and the yellow ones are passive. So quick draw is actually the unit retaliates with a follow-up ranged attack when it evades a ranged attack. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Alright, so I'm going to move this guy over here and have him start fighting these guys. So there are lots of neat abilities, whether they're, you know, like triggered, passive, or activated. I'm not sure if that's how they actually like title the skills as, but that's, you know, pretty much what they are. So we'll have Pauline come over here and just do a regular lance attack. And I could I'm just going to come over here to the side and have him do a sword attack. I don't have enough TP to do anything yet. That was a crit though, so that's good. The one thing that kind of like is annoying about fighting undead is you see how they have like 5 diamonds for the decay. If the 5 diamonds go by, they'll actually get back up, and then you have to kill them again, but then they actually decay the right way. But actually with the priest, you can the priest has exercise, and you can actually exercise dead bodies, or it does damage. Like if I had more TP, I could actually, or these cost MP too. Weird. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna mend this guy here, and that'll kill him. You can exercise dead bodies though, and I will show you because I think it's pretty neat. I'm just gonna jump over here in this shallow water. And like I was saying before, because I had this character Blase, he was a ranger before, and now he's a duelist. I actually carried over like a lot of the ranger's skills because they're ranged abilities, and those same abilities can be used like with his crossbow and stuff. So I'm just gonna go up here with Luther and fight the mounted soldier right now, and I'll be able to trigger his thing if I come up here and do a lance strike. I'll be able to trigger the flanked mechanic. Yeah, this guy's going off this horse pretty quickly. Yeah, maybe we can trap him in over here. And then I'll have my character come over. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have any. Yeah, see, his like physical abilities use TP though. The priest just uses MPA, I guess, the whole time. Something I kind of overlooked. Yeah, so I'm actually going to I should be able to exercise now. So I'm going to exercise the skeleton. The funny thing about this, and I don't know, oh, it does have a 72% chance. A lot of times it'll say miss, but it actually clears the body off. So I'm not sure if it was meant to do that or not, but I'm glad it works that way. Because like fighting all these guys again is really annoying. Alright, we're just going to blast this dude in the face. So War Strike is just a really powerful attack. If I click, you'll see it does 286. If I was to do Breach Armor, it would do 202. And if I just attacked with my Great Axe, it would do 202. Does that just kill him? We'll just do War Strike for the fun of it. One of the nice things about this game is when you're going through, like, see how these have the 1, 2, 3, and 4? Using the number pad, like, on top is so much more convenient than to, like, click point and click, point and click, point and click. That's something that I think is really, really nice about this game. Because even though, like, the, and you can right mouse button back. So, like, if I don't want to move somewhere, like, I can move somewhere and see, like, where my tiles are. You know, like, where I can attack, like, if I have a ranged character. And if I don't like it, I can just move back, which I think is really nice. So I think they did a lot of that. That, like, combat management. I think they did that really nice. So he just summoned his first ghoul. Pretty annoying. And we're just going to hack this guy down. Probably should have did something else. So I think if I kill this guy, I think his ghoul goes, but I'm not sure. Yeah, his ghoul goes away. So now we just have to kill this skeleton, like, pretty much ASAP. He keeps healing himself, but only minimally. So I'm going to come back here and try. Oh, actually, I have a new thing here called Ambush. Ambush does 190, 128. That also does 128. But Ambush says this unit unleashes a fierce attack that becomes even more menacing if the target has no allies. So he shouldn't have any allies. So let's see if it hits for more. It did not. Alright, we'll just come over here. Let's see if we can exercise this guy. I might not have enough MP. Yeah, I'm short. So we'll just mend him. We'll mend his broken bones. Oh no, I thought he would die. Alright. That's unfortunate. This is when it gets annoying to fight the undead. Honestly. Alright, so she can just shoot this guy. We really shouldn't have to worry about it. What I should try to do is let... I don't think the Necromancer is going to get back up. I can defend with my main character because he has a shield. And that'll basically, anytime somebody comes in for an attack, he'll block it. Of course he's going to attack the priest, but... Alright, we're just going to axe this guy. Oh, we can't. Yes, we can. I couldn't get right behind him because my priest is on the other side. Even though my guy just hacked our priest down. That's pretty awesome. I do have potions, though. I think I'm going to try and let this... I do have revive potions, so I'm going to revive her. That's pretty funny, though. The flank and like when you're attacked do have an area of effect. They will hit somebody else. I'm just gonna throw rocks at this guy, I think. And then I can't throw rocks. We're just gonna tab. I want to let this Necromancer die and see if I can get one of the marks. So the nice thing too is like if you're once you go over your guy, you can just hit. Oh, I thought that was gonna kill him. Oh, he didn't even turn into anything. That's lame. Let's see if we can exercise this guy. Yeah, I was really hoping he would have turned into a loot bag. They usually do. I don't know why he didn't. Maybe they don't want me to get like the necro... Maybe I'm like not supposed to get necromancer class this early. Or something. Yeah, because typically, like, you don't get any loot when you fight just undead. I am pretty happy with the like level designs, like the map layouts and stuff. These ones are kind of like bland or whatever, but some of the other ones have been really good. So typically, like when your guys level up, you can come back and check. I was able, I think it was level 20. I was able to learn this. So it says all damage received by friendly units, and so that's fine. I mean, all damage received by friendly units in the unit's vicinity is redirected towards the unit. I'm not sure how that works, but it sounds like... Sounds weird. I have to see how it actually works. But you can typically go through here. Oh, so these are the tarot cards, like I was saying. So let me go to one of my... Nobody can do anything. She can learn something. Ambush. Let's learn it. Let's equip it. Let's go to one of my priests. We're gonna use some of the tarot cards on her. So basically, she just gets, you know, boosts for her like attributes or stats. So we just gave her more MP. We'll give her the intelligence one too. It's just kind of cool. I mean, and you can manage the tarot cards any way you like. So this is going to be the last. This is the last portion of the dungeon, and then we can jump out and kind of talk about some other stuff. I'm glad I got a chance to talk about the horses. That was a pretty big disappointment to me. I really think they should get like a double strike and double move or something. Otherwise, there's really just no point to equip them out until you get dragons. And that seems like such a waste. All right, Freddy Hales. Ah, no. Get javelined. So this is the one zombie that I met earlier that killed my guest. All right, so we can get a couple. We can put a couple more guys in here. I would have loved a bridge to bash people off of. I was really hoping that I would have been able to do that, like in the video. So we're gonna definitely put our other priest in. I want to move the other priest back here. Bridget Young is a really, I think pretty good as far as our damage dealers goes. The mages, I don't know, like they're just so weak in my opinion right now. I do have a rogue down here, but I really haven't been using the rogue. I think like the rogues can just steal and stuff. They're like thief basically. I just haven't been like super impressed with the mages dealing like super high damage ever. And the problem with the mages too that I found is like for some reason the magic accuracy is like so low all the time. Is like you end up missing a pretty decent amount of the time, to where like say you just had a ranger or a duelist, like a ranged class that was using a bow, crossbow, or gun, they hit like just so much more. And it's like every mage is like magic. A lot of the times it's like 60% to hit and stuff like that. It's like so trash. So Victor Rain, I didn't even see the one part. So if I come over here and hit this guy, this is Luther, so he's gonna strike back, and he might kill him. Yeah, Luther's a problem. Alright, I think I'm just gonna come over here and then shoot this guy. what happens a lot too is like your priests actually get aggroed quite a bit, so you want to try to leave them back. I think it's just because they're, for the most part, like kind of spongy. These zombie, like these undead, the guys seem to be pretty tough. I'm actually just gonna attack this guy. Oh, I can't. If I go up here, though, I can. Yeah, we're just gonna get this guy away from. Oops, we missed. We're just gonna get them away from the priest. So we'll do a healing spell here. I don't think I can hit this with the sword. They did a really good job with elevation too. Yeah, we're gonna have this guy come over here. Because these undead guys, they just seem really, really tough. But yeah, like I was saying, I think they did a really good job with a lot of the combat elements. One of these girls actually has, yeah. So I can do 80% there. Can I kill this guy? Nah. We'll use a magic ability. She does have the lightning magic. Come forth, wrath the skies. Offer this soul, consume and wield, unleash. So the magic does have like pretty cool like particle effects or whatever, but like I said, I just haven't seen any of them do like a super big amount of damage. We're actually just gonna come over here and axe the guy. Alright, what do we want to do? We kind of want to kill Victor, so I might just come over here and attack Victor. That was a good shot. I think if we kill Victor, this fight's over. I'm assuming. I'm probably just gonna hit the skeleton. I usually kind of like look around to see who's gonna do a lot like more damage to who. So I'm gonna sword attack this guy to get. I don't think I have any abilities. Nah, I'm just gonna sword attack, and then get the flank, and then I'm gonna move. Because I'm going to move my warrior over. So we can exercise. I think we might come over here and exercise this thing. Just because we don't want it coming back. It's just super annoying when they come back. So we can breach armor, which I think would be pretty good. The nice thing is We can attack we can attack this guy and get flanked to trigger. We can attack there and get flanked to trigger. It kind of sucks that the Dragon Knight doesn't have any really cool skills. They're mostly all like related to fighting dragons, which we've only fought one dragon so far, so kind of annoying. Oh, we don't need to do any ability there. I just want to take this guy's action out of the timeline. Yeah, so if I just attack, this should trigger flank and should be pretty close to the end. Okay, or not. He should be dying pretty soon though. I haven't seen a counterattack ability, but I'm sure there is one somewhere. I guess I'll just exercise this guy in front of me. I could deal damage to somebody, but I could also just exercise the guy right there. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for a headshot. Headshot does has like a higher chance to hit criticals, even though it didn't kill him. So who's next? That guy? I think I might get hit. Well, if we just go here, yeah, this is good. Oh, so this is saying I'm not going to deal any damage? Oh, so he's basically about to run, I think, is what's happening with that. So a lot of times, like, if you get like a main enemy character down far enough, they'll end up running away. And so, like, if you come here and try to attack, like it says I'm going to do 0 damage. So I'll just come over here and I might get flanked, but it's fine. I blocked it. Blocked it like a mouse. Mend your bones. Volley would have been cool earlier, but we're just gonna go for a headshot. Oh, we got crit. We're gonna use the diagonal spot. Flank is honestly like so good. It's probably one of my favorite things to use right now. Okay, not sure what. Oh, so he just brought more enemies in. He might be running away though still. Oh, he brought a lot more enemies in. Yeah, because I still can't hurt him. She missed. This seems like a lot of enemies. My priest might die. What I can do here is... Oh, no, I can't. I was going to say I could magically suppress the Phantom, because they only use... He just called 5 enemies in. That seems a little much. 6. There's 6 of them somewhere. Or is one right there. Oh, okay, cutscene, cool. You're annoying, idealistic, and my sister died because of your extreme spoilers. Sorry. Not now. Your banter can't wait. Did you grant me praise? Well, despite desperation and death change a man's perspective, I would undoubtedly choose your side over becoming Victor's new friend. Somebody's coming through. Voice dragon. Murdered by their own summons. How ironic and foolish, but it saved me the trouble of killing them. So she's talking about like the necromancer cult. Who are you? Are you the one they call the queen? Is that really your question after watching how she made the undead kneel? I mean, look at that dragon. That was nice of her. I'm surprised what's his name isn't here. Even the strongest of warriors run after bearing witness to all that, and yet you stand firm. Perhaps it is not strength, but obstinacy that drives you. I simply wish to learn your name and the truth behind the events that occurred in the woods. Very well, I shall grant you your wish. As reward, I am Nemirali. And as for what happened, was that a coven of dark mages formed a spell outside of your ability to appease me. It becomes very bothersome when people fail to grasp the limits of their own strength. And what were their expectations? To join me, of course. To be honest, necromancers are known to have fallen more to pitchforks in their sleep than to the barbarity of battle. So it is best that we stay in numbers, but differences in ideals and fortitude keep us from uniting. I shall grant you safe passage from the woods, but return not. This is where the living belongs, for only this is not where the living belongs, for only death has meaning here. I think it is safe to assume that the danger has been quelled for now. Yes, sorcery can be frightening, and I've had enough of it for the day. Cool. I should get like some loot for this. I don't know if they're gonna give me any, but I'm surprised he didn't say anything because, or he wasn't there because of the, you know, being a dragon and all, being a dragon knight and all. All right, so we finished that. We can go back to a town and have a cutscene, or pretty much like I said. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go back to the town if I want to do anything else. So we'll watch more cutscenes. Oh, this is a better cutscene. It's much more action. Young ones, you are safe. The gods have answered our prayers. What happened? Worry not, it has been dealt with. Oh, that's fantastic news. We are not so easy to cut down. But unfortunately we were too late to save Victor and the other villagers. I see. And none can imagine the absurdities of the threat that befell us today. Oak Flora's folk can be killed, but their spirits cannot be broken, so worry not. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a big fan of dialogue. I like it, but it just has to be short, you know? I'd rather play the game than listen to people talk. Actions. Actions. So where are we actually going now? Well, I'm sure when we just go run off somewhere, something will happen. Typically, there's like exclamation points around the map. Um, but yeah, let's jump back into the party system and see if anybody leveled up. Not really. These are the amounts in here. So yeah, I mean, I guess we can go like so we'll just go, like kind of jump into some of these things. The guild is basically where you just hire people. I want to see if there's any necromancers available. There are berserkers and stuff. So this is just a knight. Ricky. A ranger, a warrior. I did unlock berserker, but I haven't really got into it yet. Stables where you buy horses. Like I said, the most worthless creatures in this game. Yeah, they're just not even any good. I do want to shop, though. The cool thing about shopping is you can do like this try and buy. So, like I can just come in and then like look for the best stuff. So they have steel now, which is better than cast iron. It's kind of neat. And then I can use W and E to like switch, or W and Q to switch over. See if they have a better. So this is better. Sometimes like the things don't actually say that they're better. So like when I went in here, like see it's not actually saying it's better, but it's saying its attack is stronger down here, but it's not giving me more attack. I kind of noticed that with like some of the other items and stuff, or that they'll like read the wrong thing, you know. It's kind of cool though that there is actually some skills that you take damage if you have armor that's of lesser quality than your enemies. It's kind of a neat. I think they did a really good job with that stuff too. With the skills. So we can go into crafting and let's just see. You can craft like potions and weapons in here, which is kind of cool. But nothing. There was a point where I could craft better stuff, but that doesn't seem to be the case now. You can also craft potions and stuff too. Basically, like you get a lot of this stuff from removes all stacks of berserk. I'm actually gonna get some of these. What did they cost? Oh, I clicked no. I was like, why didn't that give me more? Yeah, like why does it cost me to make revive spells? Must be really hard. So there's like some basic crafting and stuff. You know, like I said, the archive is kind of like just tells you what's going on. If you want, I'm just gonna kind of go over like maybe some of the skills and stuff that I think are really, really good. Just in the night alone, like just so you guys can get an idea. I know like you didn't really see that many skills. You know, you have bash, you know, that pushes somebody back. Stunning strike is actually really, really good. It can stun people, obviously. I think that's pretty decent. I should have tried using the field sanctuary. But more so, I kind of wanted to show you. So, like, you can see here. I know it's kind of hard if you're, like, on a phone or a computer. But there's, like, different icons here. So this guy has, like, ranger and duelist skills on the same that are, like, pretty nice. I think some of the best ones are the warrior. With like the flank, obviously you saw me use that a lot, but he has tactical advantage. This unit regenerates a higher amount of TP. It seems really good. The unit gains strength for every allies in its vicinity. Flanking, the unit receives the same amount of damage when attacked from the front, side, or back. So I mean, it does have some pretty nice skills. It has dual wield. The unit's ability to wield all one-handed weapons in its off. So like the thing I wonder about this though is like, does this carry into like the Berserker class? Because I wonder if you actually attack, like, would he actually attack with 2 weapons at one time? I don't know. Stuff to be seen. I will still be playing more of this game. But I think that's actually like a pretty good overview and review. Like I said, I mean, there's a couple of things I don't like, mostly like the horses. The one thing that like really rubbed me the wrong way is like, I don't know, they might have fixed it, but anytime I'm gonna dismiss this Gerald Ogberg. So when I dismiss this character, oh, they did fix it. So before, when you dismiss somebody, like it wouldn't let you dismiss or change class until you like backed out of the game. So I'm glad that they fixed that. The mounts, like I said, the horses are probably my biggest gripe right now. But other than that, honestly, like I think this game is really decent. Has like pretty good art style. I mean, I would definitely like to see more. I definitely just have to keep playing and see more of the. I think I actually completed. So I might actually switch my Leecher Frank. I might actually change him over to a Berserker. Because the Berserker can still use a shield. Wielding axes and warhammers, Berserkers are powerful frontline warriors and known for their hasty and offensive capacity. However, they are highly vulnerable to damage and can fall easily. Well, I don't like the way that sounds. Maybe I'll just switch him to a warrior. Because the warriors do have really good skills. So it just said they're basically changing his equipment, but I think all the equipment is still compatible. Like there is heavy, medium, and light armor and stuff like that, so it's kind of interesting. But yeah, like I was saying, man, I do really like this game overall. So I think if you're interested and you have like some disposable income, $30 isn't that crazy. Game does seem pretty decent. The undead, I think, is fighting undead is kind of annoying. The mouse is kind of annoying, but everything else seems really good so far. Some people are complaining that like the combat is slow and stuff, but it hasn't been a huge issue for me. But yeah, like I said, check it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And with that, I'll catch you in the next video. This is a thumbs up for me. Alright, I'll see you.